United are skint. We all know that. But there are some genuine possibilities and opportunities in the upcoming January transfer window. Let me run through and explain 5 potential signings United could look to make for Ruben Amorim, because one thing is for sure, United cannot sit and do nothing because this squad is in serious need of more quality. Will Manchester United make any January signings? Or can we make any signings? What I'm going to do in this video is run through 5 players I think there's genuine conversations to be had about them. A couple of left backs, a couple of attackers, because they are the 2 key positions I think if United are going to do any business in January, it will be those 2. It's not to say that we don't need midfielders, because we do, but we won't be able to get much or anything done, really. So we're going to have to be clever, because we're skint. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. Now, you can let me know what you think in the comments. Who are your top 2 most realistic signings? I've already run through what I would consider United's ideal window. Now I'm going to speak about some players. And first up on this list will not be a surprise to anybody. It's Alvaro Fernandez. Now, in terms of realistic signings, because United got that buyback clause put into his contract, I believe it's around about £15 million. There you go. Job done. For me, Alvaro Fernandez feels like the most likely one to happen, but it depends whether or not United consider him the right option. There are other left-backs, and one that I will be speaking about as another option, but Alvaro Fernandez, he's developed a lot at Benfica. Do I think he's guaranteed to be the answer? No, but do I see him as a very low-risk signing in January? Yes, that has a potential high reward. 15 million, if it works out, you've got a cracking 21-year-old left wing-back who could be there for years. Extremely good value in the market. If it doesn't work out, you'll be able to then sell Alvaro Fernandez in the summer. You won't be able to include a buyback clause into that sale, though. But either way, United either win or we move him on and we get our money back. That there is a win-win. This one, for me, feels like the most realistic. I haven't actually seen too much in terms of reports linking Alvaro Fernandez back to the club, but I see how that develops. Now, there have been reports about Patrick Dorgu. Now, this is a player plays for Lecce, who we spoke about. Was it in the summer? I think it was in the summer. We named him as a potential signing for the future. Now, one quick look at Dorgu's career will tell you a massive part of his game, his versatility. He's somebody who would be able to slot in at left wing back, at right wing back, as a wide centre back. He's somebody who would add a lot of athleticism and a lot of quality into positions where we are weak. Of course, that will come with a little bit of a premium. Now, if I'm talking about Alvaro Fernandez being like, feels like a 10 out of 10 likeliness, maybe not 10 out of 10, I would put Patrick Dorgu as something more towards the 5. It would cost at least double, if not more, what Alvaro Fernandez would. And that's, unfortunately, going to be the driving force for United and transfers in January. How much can we afford to spend? The cheaper option is Alvaro Fernandez. Is it the better option? That's down to what you think in the comments. You can let me know. And also what United think. But for me, those are the 2 wing-back options that feel realistic, depending on how deep United can go in their pockets and where their preference is. Alvaro Fernandez is somebody who we know knows United. We know can slot into that Ruben Amorim system. Amorim has kept a close eye, well, maybe not a close eye, but has seen plenty of him with Benfica. We'll find out. And then Patrick Dorgu was somebody that we spoke about in the summer and somebody who United have been scouting for a while. So those are the 2 options for left wing back. And I want to move forward and have a conversation about attackers. And as it stands, Dani Olmo feels like it really could happen. Now, by the time the video is actually released, I'm recording this on the 30th of December. He hasn't been registered by Barcelona. Now, if by the time this comes out, it transpires that he has, then it rules this out. But if he hasn't, then Barcelona are faced with 2 options. And so is Dani Olmo. Number 1, stay at Barcelona and don't play in La Liga. I'm not sure about European competitions, but certainly not La Liga for the rest of the season. Or maybe find a loan spell. A short-term, 6-month loan spell. No strings attached. Maybe wages paid. Maybe wages half paid by the club who can't register him because they're so skint. Or no, it's because they're breaching all the rules and regulations. That's been the case at Barcelona for so long. It could well be that United, in the short term, give ourselves a boost by having Dani Olmo in the squad. And you might say, "Oh, Sam, don't bring players in and develop them and send them off to other clubs." I mean, okay, show me who else you're going to... Could you bring through Obi Martin? Could you bring through Bianchetti and develop someone from the academy? You could, in theory. Do I think that either of those two are ready to come in and do something that I think Dani Olmo could do at that level with the scrutiny that would come with it, with where United are right now? I'd say probably not. I question that and whether that's the right thing to do for those players and their long-term prospects at the club. So Dani Olmo, on a short-term loan spell, if Barcelona can't register him, feels like an opportunity that United could take advantage of. And somebody else who could well be on his way out of the club is Kolo Muani. Now, I'm not sure whether Muani comes in and gives us the boost in attack that we feel that some of us maybe think he could on paper. I'd have more confidence in Dani Olmo coming into the club and making an impact in a loan spell compared to Muani. But Muani, who moved from Eintracht Frankfurt to PSG in the summer, the move has not worked out for him. All right, very much on the fringes. Looks like they're going to be probably selling him, and looks like they're trying to ship him out on loan in January. Could hypothetically United create a situation where Muani comes to United and Rashford goes to PSG? Both of them are short loan spells, maybe with options, maybe with obligations, probably more likely with options to buy. I mean, it's a possibility because we need a centre forward, and we are looking at a centre forward here who, up until the summer, he was a £90 million man. That's when he moved from Frankfurt. United were linked with him, and of course we went to... Was it the summer just gone or the summer before? Because we were linked with Muani when we were buying Haaland. Yeah, I of the two, I would say Olmo would have more of an impact in these few months compared to what Muani would. But it's not to say that he'll be a terrible sign. You can let me know what you think in the comments. And number 5 on this list is definitely the least realistic, but Tyler Dibling is somebody who's, of course, enjoyed a fantastic breakthrough season at Southampton. I'm looking at him and I'm seeing a United player. A United player evolved anyway. Not current one. His value is not going to go down at any point in the short term. So if United really wanted to go after him, then going after him in January would be the right thing to do, because the value's only going to go up. In the summer, he's not going to be any cheaper than he is now. His stock is only going to continue to rise. So this is definitely the least realistic of the 5 options, but maybe one to watch. Certainly could come in and have an impact. And these 2 inside forwards that United are going to be having, they're not typical traditional wingers. And Dibling's been playing very wide for Southampton, but we saw it again for us. Like he's got great ball carrying ability, dribbling. I don't need to tell you about his game. That's just number 5 on my list. So I've got Alvaro Fernandez, Patrick Dorgu, Dani Olmo, Kolo Muani, and Tyler Dibling as 5 realistic-ish options for United in January with different levels. Of the 5, I think Alvaro Fernandez is most likely. And depending on whether or not Barcelona can register him, maybe Dani Olmo. You can let me know what you think in the comments below, as you always do. And what signings do you think United are going to make, if any, in January?